Welcome back to the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds NX for another day full of college hockey here on High Point University Hockey's YouTube channel. I'm Graham Tuck alongside Brett Wiseman, bringing you what will be the final game of the season for one of these two teams, the University of Tennessee Ice Vols and the High Point University Panthers. Again, leading off a 4-game slate here at the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds NX, all part of the ACCHL season-end tournament here at the Annex. And as we mentioned, the showdown today, starting things off between the Panthers and the Ice Vols. Let's give you a recap of what happened for these two teams yesterday. For the Panthers, they had a very, very tough game against Liberty, which was the second of the 3 games yesterday. Started out strong. It was a 1-1 game. Then Liberty took the lead 3-1. And with 12 seconds left, Dakota Johnson provided the proximate goal for the Panthers. And then they won the preceding face-off and couldn't do anything with it, falling 3-2 to the Flames as Liberty advances to the semifinals later today, as well as clinching their bid to the CHF National Tournament in Philly. And for the Ice Vols, they had a heartbreaking loss last night. They were giving it to the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers in the late game last night. Puck drop was 8 p.m. and they looked like it was smooth sailing. And then a major penalty from one of their defensemen, that's Eric Paulhart, for spearing, got him tossed from the game. A 5-minute major power play for the Chanticleers, who were down 6-2 at the time. 3 goals scored on the power play. The tying goal followed, and then the winning goal preceded that one, ending the final score 7-6 in favor of the Chanticleers, as the Ice Vols led 6-2 in the third period. And the Ice Vols are here in the play-in game for the semifinals. And as I mentioned, the loser of this game will go home, and the winner will play again tonight at 9 p.m. Brett, what an exciting day of hockey this is going to be.
Absolutely. My throat still hurts from calling the Tennessee Coastal game last night.
That was such a game.
Oh, goodness, that was wild. But look, you said it best. The desperation factor is at hand heavily here for High Point. These are two teams that do know each other fairly well, that in a condensed schedule have played each other a couple of times. You've seen those games. You know this Tennessee squad a lot better than I do. And from what I saw last night, the one thing that High Point's got to do well is, look, I'm not saying they should go LA Kings 1-2-2 trap and just suffocate people as much as they'd like to. I just don't think that's possible against a team that's this fast. But you've got to at some point try and take away the speed game.
They definitely do. I think we may actually see a trap at some point, whether it's 1-2-2, 2-1-2, something like that. I think that may be something that High Point looks to, and they're going to rely heavily on the new starting goalie for the Panthers, number 1 in between the pipes, Eric Smith, and he was phenomenal yesterday in relief of Sean Moreau.
He was absolutely fantastic. Look, Moreau didn't have the game that he wanted to start off for sure, but Smith came in there and absolutely stood on his head. There was that one save, I think it was midway through the second period, where his right pad was stuck and crossed underneath his left pad. He flew backwards, had the glove over his mask, and somehow, Albert Pujols caught the pop-up.
One of the better saves I've ever seen at any level.
I mean, he was just fantastic, and especially against a team like this. We talked about it last night with Garrett Williams. Pretty much, it could have been 10-12-2 at one point for Tennessee if Williams didn't make some spectacular saves of his own to keep it at a 4-goal deficit until that major penalty happened. So, Eric Smith, I'm sure, probably went back to our YouTube and took some notes, because Williams, if anything, was pretty aggressive out on top of his crease. I think that's the key now. Look, Tennessee's got a lot of skill. We know that. They got a lot of speed. Drew King is one of the most skilled guys in the entire, really, I think the entire Division II nationwide, really. I mean, this kid is legit. Carlisle's really good, too. We saw a lot from him last night. He had the buzzer-beating goal at the end of the second period. As much as High Point has to take away the skill factor, as much as High Point has to take away the skill factor of things, Smith has still got to be on his toes at the edge of his crease, because that takes away as much aggressiveness as anything else when you kind of fight back with that aggressiveness of your own. When you're an aggressive style goaltender against a team that likes to score and score at will off the rush, as this team does, that can kind of complicate things.
It can, and as we said, Eric Smith will be the starter for High Point. Still yet to see who will be in between the pipes for the Ice Vols. Baylor Weinkauf was the starter last night, and he looked great until that third period, and you can't entirely fault him for that comeback made by the Chanticleers. But here we are in the play-in game as the teams leave the ice. Brett, one player to watch for both sides. We've already talked about the goalies. Beyond them, who are you looking to come up big in this one?
Well, of course, I'm looking for Drew King, Captain King from Tennessee, and then you got Ryan Bruin for HBU. Look, we talked about it off the air a little bit ago. This kid's got to get things going offensively. The Panthers really rely on him, not just for goal scoring, but to get the rest of the boys going, whether it's through physicality as the big skill guy. You know, if that means taking a hard penalty, look, at some point you've got to send a message here, because I think Tennessee comes into this game feeling like the superior team. You've got to send a message that you're not backing down.
2 games between these teams already this season. It was the season opener for both of them. 2 games back in January, and Tennessee took both of them. Eric Smith started that first game, let in 8 goals, and that was his only start of the year, so we'll look to see if he can bounce back tonight. And of course, still yet to be determined who will be the starter for Tennessee, whether it's Baylor Weinkauf again, or if Brandon Shaw or Aiden Vanston, the freshman, will get the call for the Ice Falls. D3 hockey, game 1 of 4 here today in the Annex. Coming back right after this. Welcome back to the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Annex. We are here to bring you first period hockey between the High Point Panthers and the University of Tennessee Ice Vols here for game 1 of 4 at the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Annex. I'm Graham Tuck here with Brett Wiseman beside of me, and we will bring you starting lineups in just a moment, but we want to give you a refresher on what is ahead after this game today. This is the de facto play-in game for the Division III semifinals, which will take place tonight after the next game, which is the women's final between Virginia Tech and NC State, and that game scheduled puck drop is 3 p.m. Then the next game at 6 p.m. will be East Carolina University versus the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers, both of those teams coming off of wins last night. And then the final game of the evening will be the Liberty Flames, who await the winner of this game. And for High Point, they want a chance to redeem themselves after a tough loss to the Flames last night. We're getting starting lineups right now. It looks like in between the pipes and in the blue paint for the Ice Vols will be Brandon Shaw, the sophomore from Cottontown, Tennessee. He started the only regular season loss of the year for the Ice Vols. That game also came against Liberty a couple of weekends ago, and after the tough game last night for Baylor Weinkauf, he gets the call in between the pipes. And the starting lineups coming out right now for the Panthers, it looks like it's going to be Eric Smith in the crease with Mike Torr and Alex Sawney, the defense pairing, and the usual second line getting the start here for the Panthers. It is Paxton Knupp along with Tyler Calkins and Rob Cazzola, the forwards. We'll bring you first period action right after this here on High Point University Hockey. We're just about ready to go here in the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Annex. Again, I'm Graham Tuck with Brett Wiseman. The first of 4 games today, Eric Smith being spoken to by head coach Don Starcher. He was ejected yesterday. He's back on the bench for the Panthers today, and they are ready to face off with this Ice Vols squad for the 3rd time this season. This is going to be the 6th game, played this year for the Panthers, and the 3rd against the Ice Vols. So these two teams will be very familiar with each other already, and especially after today. And the season on the line, as we mentioned, the loser, their season is done. The winner advances to the semifinals tonight at 9 p.m. against the Liberty Flames, and they get a bid to the CHF National Tournament in Philadelphia next month. Drew King and Rob Cazzola getting ready to take the face-off, presumably, for the Panthers. He's the normal face-off man for the black and purple. And instead, it looks like it may be Tyler Calkins going in to take the draw. And we're all ready to go. Panthers, Ice Balls, here in Winston. And we're underway as the Ice Balls win the face-off. Back for Weeks. Stretch pass over to Carline. He had 4 points yesterday. Shot blocked by Sonny in front of the net, and Cazzola recollects it. Nupp stays on sides, but Cazzola loses the puck, and Weeks will lose it, and collecting it in the corner is Calkins. Finds Nupp. Sonny tried to get it to the net, but Nupp blocked the own shot of his teammate. Bouncing puck, finally settled on the stick from Tor, put back into the zone, but it's picked up by Tennessee. Carline just dumps it back. Nupp will get it and put it over to the captain, Mike Tor. Now Calkins dumps it into the opposite corner, and High Point will get the DR squared line back out on the ice. Henry, Bruin, and Johnson. Dumping it into the attacking zone is Weeks, and nobody was there to get it, and we'll have our first icing of the game.
Right now, Graham, I think what you're seeing, at least in this first minute of the game, I think we're going to get a penalty here, actually.
Yeah, we are. It's going to be Sean Egan, the alternate captain. And it is a bench minor for too many men, and the Ice Balls will be on the power play early in this one. They have yet to record a shot on goal, and already they have the man advantage with 19:04 left to play here in the first.
That's a mistake you can't make, especially early on in this game. We saw Tennessee score just seconds in last night, even strength. So we got a call from the scores box here.
Yeah, it appears that they were not quite ready. They don't have the penalty up on the board yet. They were trying to make that face-off relatively speedy, and instead they'll take a moment while they put the penalty up on the scoreboard, and there it is. Sean Egan serving the bench minor for too many minutes. Penalty killers out there for High Point are Sonny, Henry, Bruin, and Tor.
Important kill here early on, as we said. Tennessee scored just seconds in. They made it 2-1, not even 2 minutes into the game last night. Now you give them a man advantage a minute in, so important kill here. Good start, though.
King won the faceoff, put it back to Paul Hart, who was ejected for a spearing penalty last night. Also picked up a misconduct to go with that one. Was ejected from the game, and the major power play that Coastal had as a result of that was what got them back into the game. It's turned over. High Point had it, cleared it, now has it again. Kept in at the point by Damewood. Paul Hart, back to Damewood. Fakes a slapper. King now. Pass deflected by Henry. Henry tried to get in the way of another one. King has it again. Near side boards, King and Henry fighting for it. Sonny joins. And clearing it is Henry, and the Panther Killers will get off for a line change. 1 minute gone here in the power play, 1 minute left to go. 18:03 left to go in the period. Paul Hart fights off for checking Ryan Bruin, and he'll bring it up for the Ice Balls. Paul Hart puts it into the zone. Kuntz on the ice for the first time today. Collects it behind the net, tries to clear, but Paul Hart keeps it in at the blue line. The shot from an Ice Ball attacker is gloved down by Smith. Couldn't grab onto it, but instead the Panthers will clear, and they're out of dodge once again. 30 seconds left in the power play for Tennessee.
A minute and a half in, only one shot on the power play as dangerous as this. That's a good start to the kill.
That it is. Weeks has it at the point. Over for Lamb. And Weeks can't collect the pass. It goes into the neutral zone, and they'll have to touch up. And with 10 seconds left in the penalty kill for the Panthers, they look to clear. And now under 5 seconds to go in the penalty, and Egan is set to return from the box. 2 seconds and 1, and the penalty kill is 1 for 1 on the night for the Panthers. 0 for 1 power play for the Ice Balls, but still, they have a rush coming if they want to attempt it. Megazzini brings it into the zone. Looking for the slot, nobody there. Aiden Kennedy couldn't collect it, and now a potential rush for the Panthers. Hallahan has it. Bring it up the right side, a shot on, not on net, but still patted aside by Shaw in the corner. A big hit put on by Aiden Kennedy.
And continuing what we saw yesterday from High Point and Liberty, Panthers were certainly throwing the bodies around early. No shortage of that here.
Kept in the zone by the Panthers, but it leaks out. Now Carline will bring it ahead for the Ice Falls. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Looking to the slot, that was Clark. Couldn't get it there. Tor breaks up the pass. Now Hallahan.
Same issue we saw last night from Tennessee. Sorry, Graham, but failure to realize that they had numbers coming on the back end as well.
It's been a problem for multiple teams so far this weekend. Sawney chasing behind the net. Dakota Sexton tries to get it to Nupp, who is now wearing an alternate captain's letter. He did not begin the season as an alternate captain, but he has it now. The arm is up from the linesman, and we'll have an icing. It'll come back to the Ice Falls attacking zone. I want to make a correction. Earlier, I had credited Aiden Kennedy with a big hit in the corner. It was not Aiden Kennedy. It was Tim Fleury, who is back after missing yesterday's game, and that is a big gain for the Panthers here today. He is their team leader in goals, or at least he was coming into the weekend. 5 goals on the season, and he will most certainly be looking for his 6th today.
That's a huge gain for them, as you said, offensively, but defensively and in the physicality game as well. As a guy you talk about, someone goes into the bench as a power forward, so to speak.
He is. He's got 5 goals in 4 games played, and his 5 goals are all 5 of his points this season. He's been doing it all for the Panthers, and they'll need him today if they want to come out on top and keep their season alive. Calkins set to take the draw against King, and King wins it in the neutral zone. Taken by Northern, putting it into the zone, and Egan will circle it around the boards. Nupp couldn't handle it. Does that time, though, and he's got Calkins in front of him if he wants it. A 2-on-1 brewing for the Panthers. Calkins has it, takes the shot, and it's blocked in front of the net by Paul Hart. Calkins regains it, looking for Cazzola on the back door, and he can't get a stick to it.
Good idea, though. Just couldn't execute.
Biggest scoring chance for either team so far today. Nupp had a chance to keep it in the blue line, couldn't though, and Egan will get it in the defensive zone for the Panthers. The pass to Cazzola somehow gets through, and then the Panthers are in the attacking zone yet again. Ice Falls regain. Turnover in the neutral zone. Nupp put a stick on it. Egan turns it right back.
Key here, and you saw it again there. High Point is very structured through the neutral zone, and that's important. They're not allowing Tennessee to break out. They were going to get a high stick here.
I believe it's going to be a tripping call on Paxton Nupp. I saw it on the near side boards. King is the one down, but I think Carline was the one who drew the penalty, and the Panthers are going to be shorthanded yet again. Paxton Nupp, 2 minutes for a trip, and the power play for the Ice Falls will return. 0 for 1 on the day, and with just 14:48 left in the first period, they've got another chance to come out early and gain the first lead of the game.
As good as that first kill was, it's got to be equally as good here. You have, again, if you give a good team like this with a lethal power play, enough opportunities, eventually they're going to break through.
Second unit of power play forwards on the ice now. Johnson takes a spill. The move from Lamb fooled him. A shot through, and the rebound is there, but Magazzini couldn't get a stick to it. A good pad save from Smith. Lamb has it again at the point. Bodies in the slot. It gets through after it was deflected by Henry, and what a spot. Sawney is sticking up for his goalie, and we've got a big extracurricular set of activities behind the net. Tor, Sawney, and Johnson, everybody back there sticking up for Eric Smith. And see if we have any penalties assessed after this one. I believe
they're calling
we will.
91 white. Yep,
like
it's Carline.
It looks like Carline's going to go to the box. We'll see what the call is for. It is roughing to Carline, and as quickly as that power play began for the Ice Falls, it is over just as fast. So we will play 1 minute and 43 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey until Paxton Nutt returns from the box, and then the Panthers will have a 17-second power play until Nick Carline returns. And for Carline, that's a big loss for the Ice Falls while they play this 4-on-4 hockey. He's a guy that you want to have on the ice with so much open space. He had 4 points last night.
It looked like that was one of the Orange Band's Pastel, who immediately in the middle of that scrum singled Carline out as the main aggressor, and the officials taking control here early on, trying to keep this maybe not as physical as yesterday with Liberty was.
The shot from Stobierski off the side of the net. Fought for along the boards. Lamb keeps it at the point, harassed by Johnson. Had the proximate goal last night with 12 seconds left in the game for High Point. Weeks keeps it in, a good play to keep it in the offensive zone. A good stick from Johnson prevents the pass from getting through. Weeks again keeping it in at the point, looking for Lamb, couldn't find him though. Magazzini and Stobierski behind the net. A good stick from Sawney. Strips him of possession. Puck
Black
still
sweaters
fought for it.
Sorry, Graham. Black sweaters active defensively.
They very much are. This is a do-or-die situation for both of these teams, and High Point, normally a physical team as it is, wouldn't expect to see anything else here. 38 seconds left, a 4-on-4 action, 13:25 left to go in the first. Score still 0-0. Again, loser going home, winner advancing to the semis and nationals.
Should be about a 17-second power play when the minor expires for High Point.
Bunch looking for someone in the slot, couldn't get it to him. Aiden Kennedy broke it up. A good breakup from Bunch on the other end, and Cazzola now will bring it out, passing it to Bruin, our player to watch for the Panthers. He puts it on net from the red line.
Good play.
Great play to dump it in. 11 seconds left, a 4-on-4. Bruin and Cazzola out there, the forwards for High Point. It looks like we're going to have an icing call with 3 seconds left of 4-on-4 action. So this could be big for the Panthers. For Tennessee, obviously wanting to get out of trouble, but there didn't appear to be too much on there in the offensive zone for the Panthers. And now, in just 3 seconds after the faceoff, Nupp will be able to return, and it'll be a 5-on-4 power play. Bruin can't win the draw against Bunch. Tennessee will clear it around the boards. Egan racing forward
Good
at the point.
pinch.
Cazzola comes out from the box. 5-on-4 power play for the Panthers. Nupp has the puck, puts it to the slot. Shot blocked by Bunch. Henry, cross ice pass for Duncan. 6 seconds left on the power play. Bruin into the slot. A shot, rebound there for Henry. He couldn't put it in on the back door. Couldn't get it to the backhand. Egan behind the net. Carline returns. Power play dead for the Panthers. 5-on-5 hockey again. Still in the offensive zone. A good play from Nupp. Bruin stripped of it from Bunch. And the puck is in the neutral zone. A big hit from Nupp in front of the bench. Duncan passing it to Henry. Catching Tennessee in a line change perhaps, and Egan brings it into the zone. Egan, one on the goalie. He puts it in, and a pad save from Shaw as the puck stays out. 12-10 left to go in the first. Still a 0-0 hockey game, but don't be fooled. This game is energetic as could be.
There's chances galore. They're just not converted on like we saw last night in the Tennessee Coastal game. But look, High Point, they're throwing the body around, and the important thing is they're not allowing Tennessee to break out like we saw them do early last night. The sticks are active defensively. They're getting in passing lanes.
That they are. Face-off won by Tennessee. Cleared out and into the neutral zone. Stobierski has it. Excuse me, that's Schoenbrunn. Pass is caught in the feet of a linesman. Looking to the other side, Carline has it. A shot and a pad save from Smith. May have gotten to it with the blocker instead. Lost at the blue line and offsides, as attempting to bring it back into the zone was Brian Donovan, and he was unaware that he had brought the puck into the neutral zone.
Carline had that on a string. I think Smith got it with the blocker because it went to the near side post, and I mean didn't miss by much.
It certainly did not. The best chance of the day so far for the Ice Vols. And they'll have to win this neutral zone faceoff, which they do, and they put it back into the zone. Tor gets the puck in between the circles of his defensive end, the captain. Fleury trying to find Logan Kennedy. Got to stick to it, so no icing. Hale wins the race. Fighting for it with Logan Kennedy. Tennessee clears, and Carline has it. A potential 3-on-2 for the Vols if they hustle. A shot from King, and it's saved by Smith. Still loose, and it's in. No goal, They say no goal. Somebody was in the crease. Carline thought he had the opening goal of the game, but it's waved off by the official, and we still stay scoreless.
The three guys celebrating on the other end of the ice had no idea, but there were at least 3 white and orange sweaters in the blue paint. And I don't know if it was one of those situations where it was kicked in or there was just too much action in the paint. The key to the ruling is, did Smith have the ability to regain his given position? I don't think he did. I don't think he had the ability to get back into his position there in the crease.
The officials are conversing at the scorer's table. As it stands, it is no goal. They will have to have a very, very detailed discussion if they want to overturn this. One thing we have not seen this weekend over officials. They did
there it is.
They award it to Tennessee, and it's Nick Carline with the opening goal of the game. The Ice Vols with the 1-0 lead.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough one for us, you know, to really judge from up here without the officials without the ability of replay. It's got to be, you got to use the photographic memory pretty well there to really determine where everybody was at any given time. So good job by the officiating crew getting it together. And, you know, I'm going to say they got it right, I believe, because, of course, we can't see as good down on the ice up here. But Eric Smith certainly doesn't agree with the call.
It's a tough call one way or the other. So many bodies in the paint, hard to find who is where, but nevertheless, score 1-0. Tennessee opens the scoring today here at the Annex, and they win the ensuing face-off, excuse me, but turned over promptly. Calkins has it in the defensive end. Over for McDonald, his first shift of the day. Calkins back for McDonald, and Nupp.
High Point, you got to bounce back here. And if anything, if you're going to give one up, you give one up like that. That's dirty and gritty, that you didn't give up on the rush. That's a good thing to keep in your mind defensively, that you're at least doing your job in that regard.
Dumped into the zone by Donovan. Smith thought he might get a pad to it. Couldn't get over far enough, and it's cleared out by High Point. Lamb will recover in the neutral zone for the Ice Vols. Lamb gets it back from his partner, Weeks. The defense pairing that's been so good out there for the Ice Vols this season. Turned over by Weeks, though, and Calkins and Cazzola have a rush if they want it. 2-on-1 potentially. A shot from Cazzola. Thought it might be coming, but instead the pass to the slot found nobody except for Ubin Weeks on the other end. Tennessee dumps it into the defensive end for High Point. They'll get a line change off. McDonald looking for Kuntz. He can't get a stick to it. Turned over the neutral zone by Tennessee. Cazzola trying to ward off two Ice Vols by himself. Can't do it. And brought into the zone by Bunch. Turned over promptly. McDonald. That's Calkins. Tries to get around two men. Made one of two miss. Lost it. Intercepted by McDonald. Had to get around a linesman. And as a result, almost lost possession to Matt Scott. But instead he gets the pass over to Kuntz. Has Ryan Henry in front of him. Can't get a stick to it. And we'll have an icing call with 9:54 left here in the first. At the scorer's table, they are signaling for the media timeout. And I believe we're going to take it. I apologize after the icing call. Can't take the timeout, so the next available session, we will take a break, but for now, an offensive zone draw for the Ice Vols. High Point has 6 men on the ice, and Kuntz will be the odd man out as he returns to the bench. Face-off won by Megazzini and the Ice Vols. Shot from Weeks, deflected in front of the net, pad save from Smith, and he keeps it out. A strong play from Smith here in the first to keep the deficit at 1 for the Panthers, and that will be our media timeout. Score is 1-0 here in the Annex, 9:49 left to go in the first. Ice Vols and Panthers. Loser goes home, winner goes to Nationals. We'll be right back. Welcome back here in Winston-Salem at the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Annex. Graham Tuck with Brett Wiseman bringing you one of 4 games here today. College hockey here in the barn of the Thunderbirds, and it's between High Point and Tennessee. High Point wins the defensive zone draw. They trail 1-0 here in the latter half of the first period. Turn it over, though, as unable to win the race was Alex Hallahan. He and Casivio were chasing, couldn't get the puck in their possession. Casivio dumps it around for Hallahan. He bodies off Clark. Kept in by Lamb, and it's dumped to the opposite corner. Well, Egan will get it, put it over for Connor Duncan, and now Hallahan tries to get it out of the zone. A big hit put on the defenseman Lamb at the blue line. Puck trickles through the neutral zone. Clark looking for his defensive partner. Casivio instead finding it and putting it into the other corner. Clark tries to clear, can't. Clark has it on his stick again, the alternate captain for the Ice Vols. Hallahan again keeping at the point. Losing possession was Dakota Sexton. Now Ubin Weeks and Clay Lamb, the starting defenseman, out on the ice for the Ice Vols. And they'll set up, look to break out. Already a 1-goal lead, 8:47 left to go in the first. Bringing it in, Weeks. Megazzini loses it to Duncan. He puts it over for Weeks, looking for Megazzini in the slot. He can't get a stick to it. Now Lamb putting it into the corner. A great chance for Tennessee here in the first to extend the lead. Can't capitalize on it. Galpin loses it to Duncan. He'll find Henry. Up for Bruin. Lost it in his skates. Now Johnson. He's got a 1-on-2 chance if he can get through. Tries to move around a man. A good stick from Weeks. Now numbers the Panthers have. Egan puts a shot on the net. Stick save from Shaw. Puck in front of the net mouth. Couldn't be settled by Ryan Henry. And now Tennessee's got a 2-on-2. Gloved away by Shaw on the shot on goal. And he'll hold. And with 7:47 left to go in the first, score still 1-0 here. Ice Vols in front. Winning the draw of the Ice Vols, attempting to clear. Can't find the recipient of the pass. Duncan, the shot from the point, blocked down by an Ice Vol. It was Stackhouse getting a body to it. Shot in front, deflected by Kennedy. Goes wide of the net. Macheska fighting for it. Tor kept it in, what a play, but instead it leaks into the neutral zone again after the strong
good
checking.
effort to get it deep again. Wow. 1-on-3 at that point.
That's why he's the captain. We've said it once, we've said it a million times. Doesn't show up on the score sheet much, but his presence is felt all over the ice for the Panthers. Paul Hart.
It's those kind of little intricate plays that endear yourself to your teammates that way, and that's how you earn that C on your shoulder. Your chest, I should say.
Schoenbrunn bringing it across the red line for the Ice Vols. He's got a 1-on-4. And he lost it.
I'll give him the A for effort on it.
Yeah, he got through two. 2-man down, had 2 to beat. Couldn't do it though. 6:50 left in the first. Score is still 1-0. Pass up, looking for Carline. King tried to put a shot on net. A good block from Sawney prevents that from happening. Kept in at the blue line. Ben Northern. Aiden Kennedy harassing an Ice Vol in the corner. Sawney puts a body on a man. That's King, and King trips up a man, and the Panthers are going to go to the power play for the second time today. Their first one was short-lived, following a 4-on-4, and a blatant trip by the captain, Drew King, will put him in the penalty box as Tyler Calkins took a spill. And with 6:26 left to go in the first, the Panthers have a chance to even this one up.
Big time opportunity here for the Panthers, and King, he knew it right away, buddy.
He did. He is the Ice Vols leader in points, and we said it last night, we'll say it again. He's also the Ice Vols leader in penalty minutes, and that lead is extended here as 2 minutes up on the board for the trip. 5-on-4 chance for the Panthers in the offensive zone. Calkins set to take the draw. He's struggled so far today, but King has gotten the better of him. He's not in the game right now as he's in the box. Panthers win the draw. Tor over for Nupp, the newly named alternate captain, excuse me.
That was
Tor
not
tried
good.
to go behind the back to Aiden Kennedy. He'll have to get on his horse to stop Bunch. He puts a stick, and the shot is wide from Bunch. A wasted chance, short-handed for the Vols. The Panthers will recover. Nupp trying to get it to Calkins. Instead, Cazzola gets it on the other wing. Cazzola has Calkins with him. A big hit, and offsides of the Panthers. Cazzola will have to touch up. Nutt brings it back into the neutral zone. Now Tor. Cazzola. Nifty stick handling, puts it into the zone. Calkins chasing Lamb.
Incredibly flat start to this power play, not what you needed.
Aiden Kennedy at the point, fought off Bunch. And Bunch has it on his stick. Puts it into the neutral zone, an interception from Mike Tor. Tor puts it on net.
Good play.
Chested down by Shaw. Puck still loose, and finally the Ice Vols will clear the zone. Schoenbrunn's got a chance. He's got a 1-on-1, bringing it up the left wing. A stick move to get around Aiden Kennedy, but he loses possession, and he'll take a hit from Kennedy on the boards, far side. And a bit of extracurricular activity. We're going to have a penalty call. It looked like trying to throw some punches at first was Schoenbrunn after he got tied up by Kennedy, but instead it will be Aiden Kennedy going to the box for a holding call. And I believe that was the right one made in that situation. So So just as Tennessee had a power play stripped by an opposing penalty, and it's going to be coincidentals, I believe. It's going to be Schoenbrunn also going to the box. This is going to be a
4-on-3 power play.
A lot of open ice here. We'll see how it gets sorted out. It's going to be Schoenbrunn getting a call for roughing, Aiden Kennedy getting a call for holding, and King is still in the box for the trip. So it's going to be 2 minutes on the board for both Schoenbrunn and Kennedy. Panthers have 5 on the ice right now. One will have to leave. I apologize. The coincidental miners will leave it 5-on-4. So the power play is still 53 seconds left.
That should, if I know the ruling correctly, should make it a 4-on-3 power play.
I may be speaking too soon. I would assume that it would be 4-on-3, and I think that if it was 4-on-3, it would benefit the Panthers far more than a 5-on-4 would, because this is a unit that likes to work in open ice. Leaving the scores table is the official, and I believe we're set to get underway. The linesman at the faceoff dot is having a talk with Coach Don Starcher. He's leaning over the stanchion, the bench. And here we go. So it will be 5-on-4. Bruin wins the faceoff, and quickly moving towards the blue line is the Panthers offensive. Ryan Bruin bringing it around a couple of ice balls, loses possession. Now Egan in the slot, nobody in front of him. Egan passes it back to Johnson, kept in by a skate. Johnson finds Bruin in the slot. Not the best spacing for the Panthers as Bruin just dumps it into the corner. 30 seconds left on the power play until King returns. Bruin finds Henry. Henry near side circle, looking for Bruin again. Bruin, the shot. Pat save, and it's in! Dakota Johnson, he scores again, extending his point streak to 6, and the score is even.
Big time power play goal that time. And look, I was just getting ready to say the Ice Vols are doing a great job of taking away the middle. And you talked about the Panthers spacing. As soon as you got that cross corner dump in, what that does is it spaces things out a little bit. You make Tennessee chase the puck around. You go tic-tac-toe around the edges. You get that chance in the slot. You get a juicy rebound, put on the loose change. We're tied.
That's a massive goal for Dakota Johnson. The freshman has been phenomenal for the Panthers so far this season. The top line producing yet again for High Point, and it results in an even score. That's his 5th goal of the year in 6 games. The ensuing faceoff won by the Ice Vols. Bringing it into the zone was Stobierski. Instead, he turns it over to Sawney.
Gonna feed off that momentum.
What a pass behind the back to himself. Instead, Bruin gets it. Bruin back to Sawney, the drop pass. Sawney lost his footing, ended up taking down Weeks in the process, no call. 4:19 left to go in the first. Stobierski has it behind the attacking net. Circles around. Has Lamb on the other side if he wants it. The shot was from the point, deflected off the stick of Casivio. Behind the net, taking it yet again. A shot towards the net is blocked in front, and Sawney will break out for the Panthers. Has Egan with him, the 2 defensemen, on sides. Egan has it on his stick. A shot behind the back pass for Sawney. Had it on his stick, and he couldn't get it to the net.
Did everything right but score right there. Beautiful play.
For the 2 defensemen on the ice, a great display of offense. A pass to the slot, and Hallahan on it at his stick. And a pad save from Shaw keeps the lead from being extended. It's 1-1 now. Could have been 2-1 easily.
The best stop of the day from Shaw.
Best stop of the day indeed. Tor bringing it into the neutral zone. Pass is deflected, and now a chance for Tennessee. Matt Scott bringing it in one-on-one. One man to beat is Duncan. He fans on the shot. Scott gets hit by Tor. Puck behind the net, still loose. Tor gets it out. Casivio chasing it. Instead kept in at the point by Tennessee. Turned over. And finally cleared out of the zone. Arm is up. We'll have no icing instead. Clark wins the race to the puck. And finally a whistle. Somebody's going to go to the box. As Aiden Kennedy and Schoenbrunn are released from their coincidental minors, another set will be served. It is Matt Scott and Mike Tor. It is coincidental unsportsmanlike conducts to the captain of High Point and Matt Scott, the freshman from Colts Neck, New Jersey. And for the captain, Mike Tor, an uncharacteristic penalty.
Well, it's tough to tell what happened there. I don't know if something was said. I didn't see anything that jumped out as far as, blatant physicality or anything of the sort. It might have just been some jawing and some words exchanged, but usually you don't see that result in a penalty.
You don't, but then again, the officiating this weekend has been back and forth between letting the boys play and calling it as they see it.
Well, early on, when you saw that early penalty on Carline, it was pretty evident that this officiating crew was not going to let things get out of hand, as that was a clear sign that they were going to take control of the game and not let it get any worse.
So 2 minutes on the board to Scott and Tor with 3:07 left to go in the first. A good keep to put the puck back into the zone by McDonald, but everyone else thought it was going to be offsides. So the forwards, Calkins and Cazzola, touched up. Instead, Tennessee bringing it into the zone. Damewood gets around one man. Makes McDonald miss, goes behind the net, shot towards the net, is gloved down by Smith, and he'll hold for a face-off with 2:47 left in the period. 1:39 left in 4-on-4 action until Tor and Smith return from the box.
Well, that's not the right play by Damewood. He did everything right up until he got to the far post there. He had both D-men wide open at the point. If he would have passed it to Schoenbrunn for the 1 point here at the near side, could have played catch up there at the top and spaced things back out because all the black sweaters had collapsed around Damewood.
Damewood made all the right moves except when it came time to decide to shoot or pass. Tennessee wins the face-off after that save, turns it over, and McDonald has it behind the net. McDonald, a big hit put on him in the corner, turned over. Damewood now has it on his stick again. A good stick from Calkins, though, strips him of it. And now Calkins and Cazzola have a 2-on-2 if they can get the puck into the zone. They do. Cazzola can't find it, though, and it's turned over. King chasing in the offensive end for the Panthers. Excuse me, for the Ice Vols. King again. Now McDonald. 1 minute left in the 4-on-4. 2:08 left to go in the period. McDonald just puts it into the attacking end. Cazzola there to get it for the Panthers. He gets a hit put onto him by Damewood, and that's going to be a penalty. Panthers have a delayed penalty call. Smith heads to the bench. The extra attacker is out. 5-on-4. Nupp looking for Henry. He's the extra man, and finally the Tennessee Ice Vols will touch up, and with 42 seconds left in 4-on-4, that will be over, and I believe it's going to be Damewood heading to the box. And
it's going to be King.
No,
it is going to be Damewood.
King is fighting his case, is pleading his case. It's going to be Northern, I think. I think it's 18 instead of 19. See if we can see the name on the back.
No, it's Damewood.
It appeared it was Damewood putting the hit on in the corner, and King's
going in as well.
King is going in too. Oh my goodness! One hooking call is up. I believe that one's going to be assessed to King because the call on Damewood appeared to be a blatant boarding.
Call on Damewood was, as you said, clear as day. I don't know. I couldn't see where King was or what he could have done.
We hear 4-on-3 coming from the ice, so it will be a 4-on-3 power play for the Panthers. How long? We're not sure. It is 42 seconds left in 4-on-4 action. It is assumed that the 5-on-3 will be 2 minutes starting from this point. 1:50 left in the period. Someone else is going to the box for Tennessee.
Brian Coleman, our statistician, you having fun over there on the penalty sheet? You're going to run out of ink and paper here at the end of the period. Good Lord.
Not even 20 minutes in, not even 19 minutes in already. The ink is bleeding on the stat sheet, and especially the penalty side of it. So still, 1-1, the score stays. 1:50 left in the opening frame, and the Panthers have a big chance to gain the lead for the first time this afternoon. So there are 42 seconds left until Tor and Smith are released from their respective penalty boxes, and after that, it will be, I believe it's going to be 1 minute and 18 seconds of 5-on-3 power play, excuse me. It is hooking assessed to King and boarding assessed to Damewood. The call to Damewood came first, and then King guilty of the hook while the Panthers had the extra attacker out. And the head official communicating with Scott in the box about when he is allowed to be released from the box. It seems we finally sorted everything out here in the Fairgrounds Annex.
Don't speak too soon. Okay, there we go.
Finally ready for the draw. It's Johnson. He loses the draw, though. Bunch gets it for the Ice Vols. Unable to clear it. And Sawney, pass to Henry. He has Johnson on the back door. Henry still, other side corner. Pass to Sawney. Sawney, over for Bruin, excuse me. DR squared line out. Shot, behind the net, Johnson takes it. Henry. Sawney. 1:25 left, 16 seconds until the penalty box is cleared. Looking for Bruin on the back door, couldn't tip it in. Tennessee clears.
In front, I think he was trying for the deflection. He just couldn't get the tip.
That he was. 7 seconds left until Tor and Scott can come back. 1:12 left in the period. Bruin bringing it in. Panthers are on sides. Tor comes out. 5-on-3. Bruin finds Johnson. For Henry, he can't get a stick to it. A great chance. Bruin getting it back, though, for the Panthers. They still got 5-on-3 right now. 1 minute left in the period. Tor. Pass to Bruin. It's deflected.
Good skate.
Tor again, looking for Henry. Now Johnson takes it. 48 seconds left. For Tor, he shoots in a good stick from Lamb and covering is Shaw. What a defensive play from Lamb to keep that one from entering the net.
Well, at this point, it's all about sacrificing the body for Tennessee when you're on a 5-on-3, especially one that's extended like this one is.
That play, as I said last night when the penalty to Paul Hart was assessed in the Tennessee Coastal game, you're going to want to put a marker down on that stick save, not by Shaw, but by Lamb, as he got a stick to a shot from Tor that would have certainly gone over the goal line and given High Point their first lead, not only of the day, but of the tournament. And for High Point, as if the fact that the season is on the line wasn't enough, this Ice Vols team has already beaten them twice this season, and they do not want their season to end to anyone but to this team in particular. Again, we have a conversation at the scorers table. 42 seconds left in the period. 52 seconds left in the 5-on-3. Second power play line out now. Egan, Aiden Kennedy, Nupp, Cazzola, and Calkins. Calkins wins the draw, back for Egan. Cazzola. Down to the corner for Calkins. 35 left on the clock. Cazzola.
Got a good spacing, good movement here.
Egan at the point. Center slot. Looking for a deflection in front. Instead, it finds a Vols stick. Nupp takes it on the far side boards. Under 30 left to play. Aiden Kennedy for Nupp. A good shot block by Brian Donovan, and Aiden Kennedy can't keep it in at the point. 15 seconds left in the period, and the Panthers have to hurry. 22 seconds left in the 5-on-3. Aiden Kennedy, a shot on it, and a good chest save from Shaw. He covers that one up, the sophomore, and we'll have a face-off with 7 seconds left in the period. 1-1 the score. 5-on-3 power play has 17 left on the clock.
You have 10 seconds left on that when you start the second, but that's the right play right there. Shoot it on, make the goalie cover. You got 7 seconds left to try and win a face-off and get something quick drawn up.
Especially now that you have your top offensive D-men as well as your top offensive line out there. Sawney, Egan tapping for it. Bruin looking to the slot. Johnson wasn't on the same page, and that will do it for the first period here in Winston. 5-on-3 power play, a minute and 50 seconds gone of it. Nothing on the board for High Point. They'll have 10 seconds left when we start the second frame, but we'll go to intermission. Score still 1-1 here in Winston. Again, Tennessee and High Point. The loser going home, their season's over, and the winner advances to the Division III semifinals later tonight, where Liberty awaits them at 9 o'clock, and as well a trip to the CHF Nationals on the line. Graham Tuck, Brett Wiseman bringing you analysis, followed by second period action here right after this. Welcome back to the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Annex. Game 1 of 4 here today on High Point University Hockey's YouTube channel. We know there are many other ways that you could be spending your Saturday afternoon, but we thank you for joining us here for college hockey in Winston-Salem. I'm Graham Tuck, Brett Wiseman alongside of me, and we have so much to talk about as we get ready to start this second period. Number one, the great goaltending so far between Eric Smith and Brandon Shaw.
Yeah, 8 saves for Smith, 6 for Shaw thus far. And here's the thing, there's been chances galore. A lot of them haven't been on net. I don't think we've seen as crisp of passing as we expected from either squad thus far, but big goals from both, dirty, gritty goals, I guess you could say. High Point's doing a really good job, like we talked about in the open, of having active sticks defensively. They're doing a good job of not necessarily playing that trap that we talked about, but they're doing a good job of preventing Tennessee from breaking out and getting into the neutral zone and getting into their speed rush game. They're making them cycle the puck. And what Smith is doing in goal is what we talked about too. He's being aggressive on the top of his crease, taking away a lot of opportunities. And the Black Sweater's doing a good job of collapsing the middle, taking away the middle of the ice, and limiting the chances for Tennessee.
We want to refresh you on how we got to this point. Again, we are getting ready to start the second period. Score 1-1 between the Panthers and Ice Vols. University of Tennessee opened the scoring. No surprise who scored and assisted on that one. It was Carline from Captain King, Drew King, continuing his phenomenal season for the Ice Vols. And then on the power play with just about 5 minutes left in the period, Dakota Johnson evened it up for the Panthers with his 5th goal of the season and his 7th point in just 6 games played, He has been a phenomenal force for the Panthers offensive, and as he's just a freshman, so much to be excited about if you're continuing to watch Panther hockey for the years to come. We are just about ready to get underway here in the second period, and we want to take you back. That one goal that was from Carline, assisted on by King. We looked back at the film, and we want to let you guys know there was some discrepancy from the officials about whether it was a good goal or not. It was waved off at first, then eventually awarded to Carline. And after looking back at the film, we have determined that it should have been a good goal. The officials made the right call eventually, and
that's the important part.
That is definitely the important part. Yes, they got the call right, and that's what you want to see all throughout this weekend. So as we get ready to start, 5-on-3 for 10 seconds for the Panthers. Bruin and Bunch in for the draw. One by Pete Bunch, and that will definitely help towards killing off this penalty. Johnson has it, far side post. Sawney and Egan in the slot. Looking cross ice for Bruin. Exiting the box is King, and a shot on and a save by Shaw. And for some reason, Damewood is still in the box. I believe he may have been assessed a double minor.
I believe he was. Yeah, there's still 37 seconds left on his penalty on the board.
I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, it appears to be 37. I thought it might have been 137. So 3 minutes to Damewood. An unusual occurrence, and a quick shot off the face-off by Bruin is covered up by Shaw. And we will let you know when Damewood exits the box as soon as he does. It remains 35 seconds up on the board. An unusual 3-minute penalty to Damewood for the boarding call. Face-off won by the Panthers, but King, fighting for the puck, eventually gets it, and he'll dump it in. Under 30 seconds left on the power play, 19.5 left to go in the second frame. Running into Eric Smith is Drew King,
and that's going to draw
Ryan Henry not too happy about it, and King is going to go back to the penalty box after just being freed.
What was that?
I missed it as I was looking into the corner and at the scoreboard, seeing how much time was left in the period, but
I was looking at the puck, and the puck was nowhere near the net.
It is going to be goaling interference indeed. Drew King can't stay off the score sheet, can't stay off the penalty sheet as well.
Look, I know he's your captain, and I know he's your leader in penalty minutes, but you're the captain. You can't make plays that dumb.
And just after the long 5-on-3 had finished, it is back again, and the Panthers will have second life at the 5-on-3 power play. Bruin wins the draw. Henry back for Egan, but can't collect it. Getting a stick to it is Eric Smith. He'll find Sean Egan. Off the boards, pass to Johnson, who finds it at the red line. Deflects it for Sawney. 3-on-2 for the Panthers. They're in. Henry at the point. Ryan Henry. Egan, the slapper, it's through, and on the back door, Sawney had it in his skates, didn't realize it, can't find it, and danger is done for the moment. Another delayed penalty call as Smith gets to the box. Ice Vols have another one coming at the blue line. Johnson has Brian Bruin to his right. Now Henry. Henry to Bruin, can't get it on the stick. Arm is still up. Cazzola. Now Johnson. And it's finally intercepted by the Ice Vols. We're going to have yet another penalty assessed to the Ice Vols. A long 5-on-3 coming again. It's going to be Gavin Damewood, the freshman, and a player who usually stays out of the penalty box, and he's going back after just being freed, and we are going to have a 5-on-3 yet again. So with 18:52 left in the second, 1:22 left on the penalty assessed to King, and a fresh 2 minutes up on the board for Damewood. So we'll play 1:22 of 5-on-3, followed by about 38 seconds of 5-on-4 power play for the Panthers until we're back to even strength. Top line out there for the Panthers. Bruin wins the faceoff, comes away with it.
These are just plays you can't make. In a game this important, these are plays you can't make and penalties you can't take.
The penalty kill for Tennessee has been great today after letting up 3 major power play goals to Coastal yesterday. And as I say that, Kennedy brings it into the zone, the shot wide of the net. Now Johnson gets around one man, fighting off another. Schoenbrunn harassing him, passed back to Kennedy at the point. Aiden Kennedy. Now Johnson again. He's scored the 1 goal for High Point so far today. Has Bruin and Henry in the slot. Cross ice for Tor though. Tor has it on his stick behind the net for Bruin. Henry and Johnson in the slot in front. Instead passes it back to Tor yet again. Tor near side circle behind the net for Henry. Instead it goes wide of him. Johnson chips it past to Aiden Kennedy. Back for Tor. Can't settle it on his stick, otherwise he had a wide open cage in front of him. Behind the net, other corner, Ryan Henry. Tapping for the puck is Kennedy. Instead, Johnson will find Tor, lost in his skates, puts it behind the net. His forwards will collect, that's Henry. 17:53, 1 minute left on the 5-on-3, and puck is cleared. 18 seconds left on the 5-on-3, 1 minute left in the penalty to Damewood. Ice Vols Killers do it again. Now Kennedy. Can they stop it one last time? 10 seconds left in the 5-on-3. Kennedy's got to hurry. Back for Cazzola. To the point for Sawney. Sawney has Nutt, passes it to him, can't settle on the stick. The 5-on-3 is over as King returns from the box. 5-on-4 for 35 seconds. Nutt, point for Kennedy, shot blocked by Schoenbrunn. Chasing the puck is Sawney, can't get it, and now King's got a breakaway. 1-on-1, Kennedy collects the loose puck. 23 seconds left in the power play for High Point. 17:15 left to go in the second. Nutt bringing it across the red line, stops though. Waits for numbers, now Cazzola. Cazzola has Calkins in the slot, elects to cycle around. Now Nupp has the puck on his stick, loses it. Calkins fighting for it, and it'll be cleared out yet again by Tennessee. 3 seconds, 2-1, and the power play is finally over for the Panthers. 16:50 left to go in the second. So it seems like they've been on the power play for 20 consecutive minutes, and they couldn't get a goal from it.
No, if you know, as much credit as has to go to the Tennessee Killers.
On sides are the Ice Vols and Carline. Looking for Bunch. Has King. Passes wide. King gets it back, though. Loses it to Egan. Now Bunch. 16.5 left to go in the second. 1-1 still. Weeks loses it. Made Nupp miss, though. Also makes Calkins miss. Now the puck collected by Casivio.
As I was saying before the rush chance there, Graham, as much credit as there has to be toward the Tennessee Killers, you got to look at the guys in black, failure to execute on a lot of those passes.
Guys in white got caught High Point on a line change, and the shot from Weeks didn't look like he knew exactly what he wanted to do with it, was waiting for numbers. They never came. Put it right into the number on Eric Smith's chest. He covers for a face-off, and with 16:04 left to go in the second, this game is miraculously still tied.
And as I said, it's all the credit in the world has to go to the Tennessee Killers, but look, there was time and space to work with. The passing was crisp. The execution wasn't. The passes, the thought process behind them was right. The execution was not. And
the problem was not the passing being on target. The problem was the recipients of the pass didn't seem ready for them.
Exactly, and that's where the execution aspect of things comes into play. You've got to be hyper aware of everything else when you're on, especially a two-man advantage like that.
And just as quickly as Tennessee got out of the box, High Point will take its place in the sin bin as well. It is Ryan Bruin heading to the box for 2 minutes. I believe the call was a high stick, and Tennessee will go to the power play, and if they can score on this one, the momentum will be clearly in the favor of the white and orange. 2 minutes to Bruin for the high stick. Just under 16 left, 15:59 to go in the second. Tennessee wins the draw. At the point. Over for Scott. Excuse me, that's King. King, the shot. It goes high of the crossbar. A great shot put on. Tennessee will recover. Pass deflected by Johnson. Then Egan. King takes it back. Behind the back between the legs for Paul Hart. Paul Hart looking for King. Passes wide. Damewood. Bunch the shot, and it's loose in front of the net, and Smith finally covers for the save.
Well, he lulled everybody in black to sleep right there. Had lots of time and space to work with in the high slot, but a better save by Smith equal to the task.
I think that everyone in the building knew that he was going to shoot that puck. It was just a matter of when. And when he did, it seemed he caught Smith off guard, but Eric Smith lucky to cover that one and keep this game tied. Face-off won yet again by the Ice Balls in the offensive zone. A minute 22 left to go on the power play. 15:20 left in the period. Egan tries to clear it, and he does, as Damewood can't get the stick to it in time. They'll have to recover. Tennessee touches up. That first line of power play unit has been on the ice for a while, almost halfway done. 1:08 left to go in the power play. 15:04 left to go in the period. Again, Ryan Bruin sitting in the box for a high stick after High Point failed to convert on at least 3 or 4 consecutive power play chances. Paul Hart, the shot from the point, and it's deflected wide by Schoenbrunn. It seemed he got a stick to it, but it wasn't on target. Egan puts a hit on Damewood in the corner, and now Mike Torr, the captain, will try to clear. Held in at the point by Paul Hart. Now King. King the shot, blocked away by Torr. What a play. Egan from his knees, that's Nuppy, clears the zone. What a play from Torr.
What a play from the alternate captain and the captain himself.
Now Bunch of the blue line brings it in the shot, and it's a Roos. The rebound is there, and King can't get a stick to it. Bodied off by Sawney, 30 seconds left on the power play. A diving play from Nupp to break up the pass. Sawney still harassing King. King, pass behind his back to Paul Hart. Has King back at the point if he wants them. Schoenbrunn, now King. And we'll have a call.
It's going to be on Tennessee.
It's going to be on Schoenbrunn. He's going to go to the box for a cross check. The power play is done for Tennessee. Unproductive yet again. And the score is still tied 1-1. And we'll have 8 seconds of 4-on-4 before Bruin comes back from the box. And then a minute and 52 of power play for the Panthers yet again. Oh my goodness.
Again, plays you can't make. But if you're High Point right now, you've been given a gift here of another man advantage. You've got to take advantage of it.
Offensive zone draw for Tyler Calkins. Tries to put it towards the net, but Lamb is there to clear trouble. Weeks puts it back around to him. The pass is too strong, and Cazzola will get it for the Panthers. Point to Sawney. Bruin returns from the box. Power play is on for the Panthers. Hallahan. To the point for Henry. Hallahan to the spot for Cazzola. The shot, the rebound, the shot again, and another save from Shaw.
1, 2, 3 quick saves right there from Shaw on his toes. Nice job.
Bruin lost his stick, kicks it around the boards to Sawney. Cazzola out there with Hallahan and Bruin, the forwards. At the point, Calkins, the shot deflected in front, and it goes wide. Lamb tried to clear, he couldn't. Kept in at the point by Henry, no, he can't. Puck is loose in the neutral zone, and Sawney wins the race to clear trouble as Clark was chasing. A minute 13 left to go on the power play, 13:15 left to go in the period. Cazzola didn't have it cleanly on his stick, and Lamb clears the puck back behind the goal line extended for Tennessee. Puck is left for Cazzola behind Eric Smith's cage. Now Henry, the alternate captain, stripped of possession by Stobierski, and now short-handed Pete Bunch has the puck on his stick. Carline was in the slot waiting for it, couldn't find him, and Tennessee is content to just kill this power play off.
Content just to play keep away at this point.
Indeed they are. Carline gains the red line, dumps it in. 35 seconds left on the power play. 12:35 left to go in the period.
It's looking like another missed opportunity here for the Panthers.
It is indeed. Their power play has been stagnant besides the one goal put in by Johnson. And speaking of Johnson, he loses the puck. Sawney recovers in the defensive end. And this is the last chance. Tim Fleury, the Panthers' leader in goals. Bruin, the shot blocked. Still in the offensive zone for the Panthers, up in the rafters. Dakota Johnson comes down with it. 5 seconds left on the power play. Cleared around the boards. Nobody there at the point to hold it in for the Panthers. 2 seconds and 1, and the power play is over as Sean Egan has the puck in the defensive end for the Panthers. Score still tied at 1.
Got to be kicking yourself if you're on that Panther bench right now.
The Panthers came into this weekend 21% on the power play this season, and the arm is up. I believe they're going to get Ryan Macheska for a penalty call.
No, it was
Excuse
offside,
me, it was
offside.
offsides. My apologies. Macheska still does not have his stick in the defensive end. Tennessee has numbers if they can hustle. Instead, the shot blocked away by Egan, and coming away with it is Aiden Kennedy. He's got moves for a defender. Kennedy. Off for a line change is his partner on the other side of the ice. Kennedy, a big hit in front of the boards, and that's another penalty. Kennedy, he's sitting down, and he is content to take the call, and Clark is going to go to the box.
Should be for charging because he came from a long way away to make that hit.
I'm not 100% sure who put the hit on Kennedy along the boards.
It looked like Clark.
I think it is Clark. And it will
Interference is the call.
It will be John Clark, the senior defenseman, and he does not go to the penalty box much, but he goes there now. And with 11:26 left in the second period, still tied at 1, the Panthers power play is going to get yet another opportunity. Face-off won by Calkins. Back for Sawney. Now Nupp. Sawney, the slapper. It's blocked away by King. Hit King in the skates. Calkins there to recover. Cazzola into the slot, looking for Tor. Can't get it cleanly on the stick, and Lamb will clear danger. 11 minutes left in the second period. Score, it's still tied at 1. Loser goes home. Winner to the semis where Liberty awaits, and a trip to the CHF Nationals next month. In the slot, puck is loose, finally settled on the stick of Rob Cazzola, fought for along the boards, unable to be held at the point by Nupp, and Tor, the captain, will recover in the neutral zone. Pass to Cazzola, not ready for it. Back to Cazzola, was ready for that one, but the pass was wide from Calkins.
In the execution, it just isn't there.
Power play halfway done. 1:04 left to go in the man advantage for High Point. Black and purple have had opportunities ubiquitous in this period on the man advantage, and with 10.5 left to go in the frame, the score is still the same as it was when we entered. The top line is out there now for the Panthers. Bruin, Henry, and Johnson, with Kennedy, and it appears to be Egan, the defense pairing.
Graham, this is the 10th power play already for High Point.
They're 1 for 10 on the day, excuse me. Bruin.
We're not even halfway through the second period.
Bruin hustling for it. Scrum along the boards. Henry comes away with it. Putting it around the boards, looking for Johnson, who has to body off Paul Hart, and he does. Instead, Paul Hart coming away with it finally. Still fought for. Around Johnson, Paul Hart puts it, and he bodies down Ryan Henry, who takes a spill. To the slot for Bruin, couldn't get a stick to it, lost in skates, held at the point. Instead, a good play from the alternate captain, looking to the slot, and the shot is blocked. Henry was there looking to put a tip on it, couldn't get a stick to it as it never reached him. Paul Hart coming away with it, looking to clear the zone for the Ice Vols, and he does. 20 seconds left in the 10th power play of the day for the Panthers, and it appears that they are going to go 1 for 10, 1 for 9 already. 12 seconds left in this last chance. 9:37 left to go in the period. Pass, looking for Hallahan, was deflected. Stick taps from Eric Smith, and 5 seconds left on the penalty to Clark. Kept in the zone by the Panthers, but Hallahan couldn't settle the puck. And Clark is out of the box, back to 5-on-5 hockey yet again. A big hit put onto the blue line by Aiden Kennedy, and that's going to be a call. Tennessee bringing it into the zone, though. Weeks will get it, fighting off Egan, and
that's not a good play at all.
It is not.
That's just not smart.
Aiden Kennedy, who drew the last penalty from Clark, was waiting for him as soon as he got out of the box, put a hit on him at the blue line, and as a result, High Point will have to face the penalty kill. I believe the call is boarding.
I know you want to get Clark back for what you felt like was a bit of a dirty play that he drew the penalty on. Look, they made the call. It would be a lot different if the referees, the officials didn't make that call, but they did. And to go target him right as soon as he gets out of the box.
In the slot, what a save by Eric Smith right off the faceoff. I'm sorry to cut you off, Brett, but oh my goodness, that was one of the better chances the Ice Vols have had on the day, especially on the power play.
Graham, you're the play-by-play guy. Your job is to shut me up when I start talking too much.
It was interesting to see the line combination that was out there on the ice for the Panthers. It was Hallahan, and it was the third penalty kill unit out there up against Drew King in the top line for the Ice Vols, and it almost was danger. A shot in and he scores! Drew King takes the lead back for the Ice Vols from the top of the circles. He makes the Panthers pay for that penalty, and with 9:02 left in the second frame, the Ice Vols are back on top.
Again, that was another situation in which he lulled the Panther defense to sleep. And the window that he had to shoot, he didn't roof it. He slid it along the surface of the ice to where it went through a couple of skates. And that's a situation in where you're Smith, you're just hoping the thing hits you. And again, there wasn't a whole lot of elevation on the shot. It had just enough touch on it to make its way through.
One thing that we've seen Eric Smith do particularly well throughout this weekend is he has been phenomenal up top. He has not let in many high goals. He is phenomenal with the glove and the blocker, and they knew they had to beat him low, and they did. And it results in a 2-1 lead for Tennessee, just over halfway gone in the second period. We'll take our media timeout and be right back after this. We're back here in Winston, the neutral zone face-off won by the Ice Vols. Tried to clear it is Toole, and Johnson was looking to the slot, nobody there to collect the pass, and quickly Carline moving the other way. He has King, the dangerous captain. King towards the slot off the post. The rebound is there, and he shoots, and it's just wide. Carline had a chance to extend the lead to 2. Instead, it goes wide and nothing there. Schoenbrunn in the slot. King doesn't get it to him. Instead, from the point, a slap shot. He shoots, and it's blocked in front of the net, and looking to move the other way quickly are the Panthers. Bruin instead just dumps it into the zone. Had Johnson with him. Bruin goes off for a line change. Nobody else on the forwards line does, though. And Duncan unable to keep it at the point, and King moving away the other way quickly. Offsides, Carline was already in the zone, and with 8:19 left, we'll have a neutral zone face-off. Tennessee leading 2-1.
Well, if you're a High Point right now, look, I know Tennessee, one of the main reasons they might have been taking all these penalties, they're playing undisciplined, is they're still mentally shaken from last night. But, you know, there's a ton of momentum gained from A, getting the lead, B, killing off 9 of 10 power plays before the halfway point of the game.
And if you missed that game last night, Tennessee played against Coastal Carolina. The shot from the point by Lamb is patted away by Smith. I'll get you back to that game last night in a moment, but for now, the puck is still loose in the defensive zone for the Panthers. King wins the race against his counterpart captain, and Calkins eventually comes away with it. A 2-on-2 with Cazzola. He's moving into the zone, brings it in on sides. 2-on-2, Calkins. Behind the back pass, drop for Nupp. Still moving near side. Tried to get it to Tor at the boards, does. Kept in at the point, and now Calkins behind his net. Nupp taking it, has Tor behind him, leaves it for him. Not accurate, though. Cazzola trying to body off Lamb. Tied up on the boards. Lamb eventually wins the race to the puck. Weeks leaving it for Stobierski. A slapper from Tor is blocked in front of the net. Stobierski again tried to get it to the bunch, but Tor will recover. Leaving it for Cazzola. Again, if this is the first High Point game you've watched this season, Cazzola was recovering from ACL surgery. He missed 3 years of play. The whistle is never blown. Smith had it in his glove for 30 seconds, it seemed. Not quite that long, but it was quite some time, and the whistle was never blown. Oh my goodness. 7:07 left to go in the period. Again, Cazzola missed 3 years of play, returned for the first time 3 weekends ago against Radford, and scored 3 goals in 2 games in his return to the ice.
Tremendous, tremendous stuff from him.
Sobierski, that was Magazzini winning the draw. Looking for Magazzini in the slot. The shot from the slot is loose in the crease. Smith is in the splits. What's the call? Scrum in the paint.
I didn't see an arm, though.
Smith is phenomenal this weekend. He is doing everything on his back, down and out, somehow keeps the puck out of the white paint.
I didn't see a definitive signal one way or the other, but I'm going to assume if we're going to the faceoff circle,
oh my goodness. Can you believe Eric Smith right now?
He's doing exactly what he did in the second period yesterday. To a T almost.
7 minutes left in the second period. High Point needs him now. Down by 1. They win the faceoff in the defensive zone. A turnover behind the net, and Logan Kennedy comes away with it. Now the potential 2-on-1. It's Tim Fleury, the leading goal scorer. To Kennedy, he scores! Logan Kennedy, the tying goal, and it's 2-2 here in Winston.
You could see that developing through center ice. As soon as they hit the red line, they turned on the turbo jets. Beautiful 2-on-1, great saucer pass, right on the tape. Couldn't have been executed any better.
Logan Kennedy, what an amazing sight to see. He has not been on the score sheet much this season. The 5'10", 190 freshman playing in his hometown from High Point, North Carolina. And he is an interesting factoid about him. He played with Ryan Henry and Dakota Johnson, members of the top line, in high school as part of the Junior Hurricanes. And a pass deflected off the skate of Kennedy. It'll be kept in the zone by Connor Duncan.
Now the momentum is completely shifted back.
Logan Kennedy has it, looking to the slot, tried to find Aiden Kennedy, his surname counterpart, and instead of 2-on-1, Carline has King with him. Carline whiffs on the pass. King, it's in the net, it's in the crease, and it is out.
Smith again.
Another save. Oh my goodness, Smith, Eric Smith. Number 1 in our programs, number 1 in your hearts back at home, and he is doing everything possible to keep the Panthers in this one. 2-2 still. Oh my goodness, what is going on here?
It's deja vu all over again, to quote Yogi Berra. Look, it's exactly the same thing he did in the second period yesterday. Made spectacular saves to keep the game close and tied.
Another save from Smith as the shot from Schoenbrunn, and we're going to have a delayed call, and High Point's going to the box again, and some extracurriculars as King is getting into it with somebody. Couldn't figure out who that was, and the High Point bench is loving it. You can hear the cheers from Cap Sig, the community home of Mike Torr, the captain of the Panthers. They are all about what the Panthers are doing right now. And the
whistle blew for the penalty for King.
It did, and
I think we're going to get coincidental minors because there was a hit that came after the whistle from King's opposite number.
It's Dakota Sexton joining King in the opposite penalty box with 6:04 left. I believe what we might see here is a 2-minute power play for the Panthers, with an additional 2 minutes added on for King and Sexton as it relates to what happened after the whistle was already blown.
This is going to take some sorting out.
And joining King in the penalty box is Schoenbrunn, as well as it appears to be Ryan Henry. Henry may just be communicating with Sexton, but I would be shocked if High Point is not on the power play here.
Well, the one time we thought they had the ruling right, it was completely different from what we understood it to be, so.
That is true.
We'll see.
I want to go back to what I was talking about earlier and why Tennessee was so shocked. If you missed the game yesterday, they held a 6-2 lead in their game against Coastal Carolina and the Chanticleers heading into the third period. A 5-minute major power play for the Chants, though, got them back into the game. They scored 3 unanswered while on the power play, and then the tying and winning goal followed. So 7 unanswered goals, excuse me, not 7 unanswered, but 7 goals from the Chanticleers, 5 of them coming in the third period, gave them the win, and they will be playing against the Eastern Carolina University Pirates at 6 p.m., one of 2 Division III semifinals tonight. The other semifinal will take place immediately following between the winner of this game and the Liberty Flames, who defeated the High Point University Panthers yesterday in the second of 3 games. Still conversation going on in front of the scores table between the two alternate captains. It appears to be Carline and Egan as we get this one sorted out. Brett, if you were looking at simply the penalty sheet, you would think that this was a Thunderbirds game that we were watching, not college hockey.
Brian Coleman, props to your color guy yesterday and our statistician this afternoon, whose purple pen is starting to. You got enough ink left over there, buddy? We're sitting at 12 penalties for them now?
12 penalties, and up on the board right now. 6:04 left to go in the second. There are 2 minutes up on the board to Luke Schoenbrunn, 2 minutes up on the board to Dakota Sexton, and 5 minutes assessed to Drew King. It appears that Sean Egan is going to be joining the Sexton. They have changed the ruling. Dakota Sexton is free from the box, and instead it's Christian Kuntz who will sit down.
I don't think he's just free from the box. I think he's free for the rest of the afternoon.
I believe that is right. Dakota Sexton is being escorted to the High Point locker room, and I don't believe we will see him return today. So Kuntz will be serving his minor. I apologize. It's Sexton who took the 5-minute major for his actions after the whistle had blown. So he is done for the afternoon. We'll wait for the official call from public address announcer Dave Gorin at the table. So 2 minutes on the board to both Schoenbrunn and King. 5 minutes to Sexton, who is gone, and Kuntz is serving the major. It is 4-on-3 hockey as it stands right now.
And this is, again, if you watched last night, that 5 minutes has to expire.
It is Bunch, Lamb, and Weeks out there for the Ice Falls. Bruin, Johnson, Sawney, and Egan. Egan takes the faceoff. Shot is blocked. Egan again the shot. It goes high off the glass. Johnson has it on his stick. Fought off by Weeks. Lots of open ice right now. Bruin looking for Egan at the point. Egan back to Bruin. Bruin the shot. It goes high. Egan getting it back, and now a breakaway chance for Pete Bunch. Pete Bunch, Bruin chasing, 40-on-1. Bunch, the shot, he scores! Bunch, shorthanded, gives the Tennessee Ice Falls the lead again, and it's 3-2 Tennessee.
Boy, he held down R2 on the controller right there for the sprint and then just roofed that puck right over the blocker side of Smith. He never had a chance on that one.
Wow, what a turn of events here. High Point on the power play. Has a great chance in front of the net. 2 shots go high of the crossbar, and then quickly the other way on the breakaway. Shorthanded, Pete Bunch puts it in, and he wins the ensuing faceoff for the Ice Falls, and again they bring it into the zone. Lamb between his legs trying to fight off Mike Tor. Can't do it, though.
Got it deep, though. It's a good play.
1:23 left in the 4-on-3. High Point still with a chance to draw this even yet again. 3-2 the score. Tor, it was
funky bounce off the stanchion.
Indeed, it was an odd bounce off of the boards, and Tor thought it was going to be in front of him. Instead, behind his back, and Shaw will cover. First time we've had to call his name in a while.
Well, one thing we know from watching games here at the Annex for as long as we have is those end-board stanchions tend to have a mind of their own when it comes to dump-ins like that, and it certainly did right there.
That they do. Nupp winning the face-off, tied up along the boards with Clark, and he'll clear. Calkins unable to glove it down. It'll go into the defensive end for High Point. Will he'll recover. Shoots it up to Tor. The captain, Cazzola, now over to his line mate Calkins. Nupp getting back on sides just in time. Calkins for Nupp. Lost in his skates. Calkins circles back around for it. Almost lost it to Clark. Instead, Nupp has it along the boards. Nupp the shot, the save is made by Shaw. Might have been deflected by Lamb, and still the score is 3-2. Tor at the point. Backhand keeps it in. Over for Nupp. The pass to Calkins couldn't settle it. Off the boards. Calkins gets it back. 30 seconds left in power
time
play.
They've tried that backdoor pass, and the 18th time it hasn't worked.
If High Point could settle these passes on their sticks, they might be up by 10 right now. Tor at the point, has open space. Tor, the pass to Nupp from his knees, and the save by Shaw. What a save by the goalie, Brandon Shaw, to keep this lead at 1 for the Ice Falls.
Every single little intricate bounce seems to be going the way of the Ice Falls right now. I mean, that's the only way I can explain it. How else do you have that much time and space to work with, and then magically somebody snipes you from section 217 over there and your skate blows out?
14 seconds left on the power play for the Panthers. 4:18 left to go in the frame. Panthers win the draw. It's loose along the boards. Time winding down on the man advantage. Bunch hits the ice. No call.
3 minutes of uninterrupted power play time now for Tennessee.
And it will be 3 minutes of power play as King and Schoenbrunn come from the box. And down along the end boards is a Panther. It appears it's Dakota Johnson slow to get up. And as the Panthers can't get possession, they've got a 4-on-3 brewing if they hustle. Schoenbrunn at the blue line. Holds up, waits for numbers. Nupp rejoins
Good
the play off the bench, and now he's got a breakaway chance. One-on-one with Paul Hart. Nupp fighting off 3 ice balls. Has Henry behind him. I don't think he sees him. On his knees along the boards, and he finally loses the puck.
Good work, though.
A great defensive play, and even if he couldn't capitalize offensively, clearing the puck from the zone is Sawney, and Tennessee will have to recover. 2:19 left in the major power play, and 3:20 left to go in the period. Schoenbrunn.
Boy, if you can kill this off.
Left it for King, now back to him. In the corner. Opposite side for King. Damewood. King. Between Paul Hart and Damewood. Paul Hart ends up with it. Off the boards to King. Under 2 minutes to go on the power. Let's slap from Damewood. It's wide of the net. Paul Hart. Into the corner for Schoenbrunn. Back to Paul Hart. Cross ice for King, and a good stick from Ryan Henry prevented that pass from making it through. Now Damewood. King. The shot from King, it never got through. A good defensive play there. Couldn't tell if it was Hallahan or Duncan. Now King gets it back. Looking for Schoenbrunn, wasn't on the same page. 1.5 minutes left in the power play now. Paul Hart. Schoenbrunn, the shot is deflected wide. It found a stick, and it went wide of the paint. Paul Hart gets it back. Schoenbrunn behind the net, can't get a stick to it. Duncan has the opportunity to clear, and he does. 1:12 and counting left to go in the major power play for the Ice Vols as we approach 2 minutes to go here in the second period.
Smith never saw that shot. I mean, he never saw. Lucky it tipped wide.
Lamb bringing it into the zone, harassed by Logan Kennedy. Notable, and he is one of the Panthers' strongest forecheckers. He provided the second goal of the game for High Point. Into the face-off circle, it's loose. Paul Hart finally recovers. High Point's defense is out of position. 45 seconds left on the power play. 1:45 to go in the period. Paul Hart to the slot. Looking for Carline. Back to Paul Hart. Lamb at the slot. Paul Hart, the shot deflected in front, blocked by Duncan. Magazzini puts it over for Carline. In skates and sticks. Macheska can't come away with it for High Point. Now Lamb, the shot, it's into feet, and it's finally blocked away. Under 20 seconds left to go in this power play. Macheska harassing an ice ball forward. Paul Hart, he's been on the ice for so long. The pass, the shot, and the save! Covered up by Eric Smith, and with 9 seconds left on the major power play, it looks like High Point's gonna come out of this unscathed.
Oh, don't say that too soon. 9 seconds in the offensive zone, still a lot of time, but look, if you could kill this thing off, you're still down by 1, but if you kill this thing off, it feels like a completely different game right now, momentum-wise.
Questionable choice for Tennessee as they do not have their top faceoff man in the circle. Instead, Magazzini wins it anyway. 7 seconds left on the power play. Over for Weeks. 4 seconds. Cazzola chasing. The shot. The save.
Good
Eric
stop.
Smith again.
Weeks tried to lull the defender to sleep right there. Smith saw it all the way, though.
Smith never lost sight of the puck from the top of the circles. Weeks with the shot, didn't find a stick or a body in front, and a good job by Smith to cover up with 1 second left on the power play, and he'll cover yet again, and the power play has expired, and with 1:02 left on the clock, we're back to 5-on-5 hockey.
What an absolutely massive, massive kill. I can't stress that enough. That's huge.
It's so big, just as big as their counterparts, the way that the Ice Vols have killed off the penalties so far today.
Yeah, that's still a 5-minute continuous power play. We saw how that ended for the guys in white last night.
Face-off won by the Ice Vols, though. A good block from Egan in front of the net to get it on a stick. Under 1 minute to play here in the second. Panthers still trailing, but Cazzola bringing it into the zone. He's hauled down, and that's going to be a penalty. And just as quickly as they got off of that penalty kill, Tennessee's going to go to the box. Cazzola was hauled down, and it looked like it was Connor Hamill who hasn't seen much ice time this weekend.
You might not see a whole lot more after that one.
After that one, I'm not sure. Had no penalty minutes on the season coming into this game, and what a horrible time for him to find his first trip to the box, right now. 5-on-4 power play, 50 seconds left in the period. Face-off won by the Ice Vols, though.
Be a minute 10 on that when we come out for the third.
McDonald couldn't get it on his stick at the point, and now Egan has it. Fooled Schoenbrunn, he circles around. Finds his other alternate captain, Nupp, in the neutral zone. Bringing it into the zone, onside is Calkins. 3-on-2, Nupp. The backhand towards the slot, a save from Shaw.
Should have shot that on the forehand when they had the opportunity to. He tried to be too unselfish and too fancy in one fail swoop. That wasn't a tic-tac-toe, that was a tic-tac-kaboom.
Egan bringing it in on sides. Good job by Cazzola to stay in the zone. Cazzola, the shot! He's just wide. Perhaps a skate save from Shaw. 5 seconds left.
Of it.
Puck loose. Cazzola, 3 seconds. Keeps it in. 2-1, and that'll do it. We head to the second intermission. Oh my goodness. I am just about out of breath. When we come back, 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the power play for the Panthers. But as it stands, a shorthanded goal gives the Ice Vols the lead, and we go to the second break with the Ice Vols up 3-2. Graham Tuck and Brett Wiseman back with analysis and more right after this. We are back here in the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Annex. Thank you for joining us on this wonderful Saturday here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. A great day to have a great day as always. With 10 seconds left until the start of the third period, here at the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Annex at the ACCHL tournament here at Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I'm Graham Tuck along with Brett Wiseman. This game between High Point and Tennessee looks like it might come down to the wire. 3-2 as we enter the third period. Penalties galore in that second frame, and Tennessee is the one that came out on top. You might expect they capitalized on the power play, but no such thing. A shorthanded goal from Pete Bunch is what has them in front right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's the difference in the game right now. But look, if you're High Point, we've talked about the execution aspect of things. You got a minute 10 here, still with a man advantage. You're 11th of the hockey game, and you've only scored on one of them.
King's got a chance on the shorthanded opportunity, and a save from Smith. Getting the pass and the score. Schoenbrunn off the errant pass from the High Point defender, and he puts in the fourth goal of the game for Tennessee on the shorthanded opportunity.
That is a mistake you absolutely cannot make. And look, I literally just said it. It's the execution part of things here. Those kind of mistakes can't happen. And when you're on a man advantage like that, okay, look, there's still a minute left on it. You got an opportunity still, but you lose the draw. First of all, you allow a 2-on-1. Smith can't control the rebound. Everything that could have gone wrong in that sequence did.
10 seconds into the period, High Point's deficit has been doubled. The score now 4-2. And the Ice Vols are in front with an insurance goal. Still 50 seconds left on the power play, and Nupp intercepts the pass, and he's looking to break in. Tries to find someone to pass it to, can't. Finally finds Calkin in the corner. Calkins for Nupp, the shot, and it's gone wide. Shaw might have gotten a pad to it. Cazzola collects the rebound off the boards. Tor back to Cazzola. Has the puck on his stick behind the net. Kuntz, the big body back there, trying to ward off a couple of Ice Balls, and he can't. 19-15 left in the frame, and there's 25 seconds left on the power play. Tor looking for Kuntz. Can't settle it on his stick, and now Schoenbrunn's in the offensive zone with a shot and a pad save from Smith.
They're allowed 2 shots on goal shorthanded, or 3 shots on goal shorthanded, and one of them went in the back of the net.
Cazzola bringing it across the blue line. Lost it, and now Kuntz recovers. Back to Cazzola, into the slot and a pad save. Finally covering his Shaw. That one was dangerous. If he hadn't gotten a pad to it, Calkins was there on the back door ready to bat that one in and bring High Point back within 1. Instead, the penalty has expired, and with 18:50 left to go in the third period, High Point's still down 2.
Unbelievable. I mean, you just got to be kicking yourself right now if you're on that High Point bench. There's no excuse for not having scored on as many opportunities as they've had.
Macheska has it in the corner, looking for Logan Kennedy. He scored the second goal of the game for High Point. Can't find him. Fleury, the leading goal scorer of the Panthers, heading into this weekend.
That's trying to send a message right there.
A stick check from Paul Hart strips Egan of the stick. I thought that was a very clean play. High Point not too happy with it. Instead, the pass up. And we might have an icing call, and we will, as Logan Kennedy and Sawney arrive at the other red line at the right time, winning the race, bringing us back down to the defensive zone for Tennessee. 18:23 left.
The key for High Point right now, you've got to sustain pressure. Look, they've done a really good job defensively, throughout the neutral zone, preventing a lot of breakouts. The score could be a lot worse than it is right now. You're down 2. The emphasis has to be on that right there, keeping the puck in and cycling it and trying to wear Tennessee down.
An errant pass at the blue line from Colin O'Leary. Depossessed by Macheska, and now into the offensive zone. The Panthers fighting for it at the blue line. A hit put on. Aiden Kennedy looking for Tim Fleury, can't find him. Paul Hart possesses them the defensive end for High Point. For Tennessee. Sawney gets around one man, gets around another, runs into somebody though, and the puck is loose, picked up by Damewood. Intercepted it at the red line by Aiden Kennedy. Trying to make something happen. The defenseman brings it into the zone. Takes a hit from Damewood. Aiden Kennedy, he's trying to do it all by himself, warding off 3 Ice Balls. Now the other side of the ice is open as it goes back around for Tor. Now Hallahan, he loses it in the corner, finding Casivio, can't get a stick to it, and on the other end, Matt Scott will find it, clear it back out to Kuntz at the red line. Chipping it in at the blue line is Hallahan.
At this point, Tennessee's objective just to play keep away. That's what makes sustaining pressure ever more important here.
Tor wards off a hit from an ice fall, and the puck finally finds the stick of Connor Casivio, who can't settle it, can't keep it out of the air as well. Johnson is there to settle it down finally. Clark finds Megazzini as he brings it across the blue line. Now Damewood back for Megazzini, and it finds the stick of Eric Smith. In the slot, it's broken up by Aiden Kennedy. A great defensive play as Matt Scott was all alone in the slot between the circles. And now Johnson bringing it across the red line. High Point in a line change though, so no numbers. Still a shot from Johnson, and it's loose still. The rebound, trying to find Kuntz. Johnson picks it back up in the corner. Looking to the slot, broken up by Weeks. Trying to find Henry behind him. Can't get the puck along to him, and the puck will go out of play. And we'll have a face-off. 16:21 left to go in the third. 4-2 the advantage for Tennessee.
Look, it almost feels like High Point has lost a lot of the energy and the oomph that they had to their game in that second period. That goal 10 seconds into this third has let a lot of air out of the balloon here. You got to regain yourself here, shake that off, start throwing the body around. Again, you've got to sustain pressure, try to wear Tennessee out. You wear them down enough in their own zone, you're going to get chances.
And here comes the Ice Vols. Carline trying to find somebody on the other end of the ice, but nobody home. Egan blows a tire, able to get the puck towards the blue line on his backside, though. Finds Johnson, and it's back in the possession of Egan. He brings it across the line on sides. Finds Bruin. Egan has it again. Backhand pass to Bruin. Decides to spin a Rama move around somebody, and now the Ice Vols are in business. Schoenbrunn trying to find Carline on the other end. He chases the puck down, wins the race, no icing. Finds King, a shot and a pad save from Eric Smith.
Great stop.
What
Mark
awareness.
that one.
A pad save from Smith, and now High Point's in business. Yes, indeed. Mark that one down, and now a pass to Bruin, and he's in business. That's Henry, has Bruin. Bruin, the shot, the save, the rebound, the shot again, and it's behind the net. Bruin, wrap around, and it's loose, and Tor collects it at the point.
Shaw got a pad to it.
Bruin again, now Tor. Henry bats it down, and Johnson was all alone on the back door, and Johnson couldn't get it from
Watch
Henry.
the stretch pass.
Stretch pass is available, and now a 1-on-0, a breakaway. Schoenbrunn loses it in the corner, though, nobody on the other side, and Ice Vols will set up. Finds Lamb at the point. Lamb, the shot, it's deflected on the other end off the rebound. Weeks couldn't put it in.
Open net, he couldn't settle it.
Bruin finds Nupp in the defensive end behind his net. Other side looking for somebody at the point, but instead it's Weeks. On the stick of an Ice Vol, the shot from O'Leary wide of the net. Couldn't find Smith's pads or the back of the net. Now Nupp, a 2-on-2 for High Point, has Bruin. Finds the stick of P. Bunch, though. He had the game-winning goal as the score stands. Nupp loses it in the neutral zone, now Bunch. Setting up for the Ice Vols, Bunch. The pass to the slot, it's on the stick of O'Leary, and he loses it. In a bunch of bodies in front of the crease of Eric Smith, and Calkins comes away with it finally. Tor. Stretch pass to Cazzola is on the stick. All he can do is bat it down, though. The pass to Bunch from Lamb is off the mark, and Calkins will recover in the defensive zone. 14-11 left to go in the third. High Point down 2. Clark, the shot, the block, and a save off the side of Eric Smith. It looked like it might have gotten blocked in front.
Yeah, it never got on goal. Good block in front there.
Smith was moving left, and the puck was moving right. Duncan, chipped by Tor, and now Duncan has it behind the net. Loose, and he kicks it to Nupp. The pass to Calkins now. He can start a rush. He's got 1-on-3. Taken down at the blue line is Cazzola, no call. Calkins, all he can do is just dump it into the offensive end, and Clark will gain possession for the Ice Vols behind his net for Damewood. Now Clark again. Looking for Scott, instead finds the stick of Kuntz for the black and purple. Cazzola gets around one man. Now back to Kuntz, can't settle it, and McDonald takes it instead. Now Macheska has a chance, and it's loose in between the legs of Paul Hart, and keeping it in the neutral zone possession of McDonald, and High Point will put it into the attacking end. To the left of Shaw, the right, he can't find it, and High Point regains possession. Kept in the blue line by McDonald, and it's deflected in front of the net by Macheska, goes wide. Macheska, Kuntz keeps it in at the blue line. Kuntz looking for a tap, flurry, and then Logan Kennedy had a chance, couldn't get it in the back of the net. He takes a hit from Damewood, thought that might have been a cross check. Macheska takes a hit along the boards, and McDonald can't keep it in the blue line. We might have an icing call here, and we will, as it goes all the way down. We'll come back to the circle to the left of Shaw.
A lot better stuff in that sequence has got somebody going off, probably an equipment issue there.
Didn't quite see who that was, but nevertheless, we've got an offensive zone draw for the Panthers.
Remember Kennedy blew a tire there.
Yep, it's Aiden Kennedy, soon to return to the ice as soon as this play is over, and we get a whistle. Instead, the faceoff is won by the Ice Vols. Paul Hart tries to get it around the boards. Instead, Logan Kennedy comes away with it, finds Macheska in the corner. He's harassed by a couple of Ice Vols, and the white and orange will come away with it. We might have another icing call. One linesman waves the other off as there was a tip, and Egan gets it in the defensive end for High Point. 12:27 left in the period. High Point down 2, and they're looking to make something happen. Fleury and Sawney, the two at the blue line for the Panthers. Fleury comes away with it. Has Logan Kennedy. Can't get it to him, though. The shot from Fleury was blocked. And nobody knows where the puck is. Finally, it's touched up.
Nobody touched it.
I'm not sure what the call is going to be here.
It's going to be Tennessee touched that with a high stick. And neither High Point nor Tennessee wanted to be the one to touch it, so our officiating crew said, we'll just have a face-off.
Well, that's why I have you here, Brett. Thanks for helping me out with that one. 12:09 left to go in the third. 4-2 the score. Tennessee leads, and if it stands, they will face Liberty in the second Division III semifinal tonight at 9 p.m. All these games today and this weekend here on High Point University Hockey's YouTube channel. Instead, Casivio has it behind the net, trying to pass it to the slot. Hallahan's there. Instead, gets it to the point to Sawney. Back to Casivio around the net and behind the boards. Egan to the slot again. Pass broken up by, looks like it was Schoenbrunn. Instead, Sawney at the red line puts it back into the offensive zone for the Panthers.
Good job by Tennessee again right there, taking away the middle of the ice.
Fought for in the opposite corner. Casivio has Hallahan in the slot, doesn't see him. Casivio behind the net, looking to the slot again, and it's intercepted. And a chance for Tennessee as they move the other way. Numbers coming. It's Carline. Might have Schoenbrunn on the other end as numbers come back for High Point, and they thwart that chance for the Ice Vols. Casivio might have a 2-on-2 if he hustles. Instead, he just elects to pass it to Hallahan, who chips it into the offensive zone before he goes off for a line change, and Donovan will have to recoup.
Donovan used his size really well right there to thwart the little chip attempt.
Carline looking for King.
Look out.
He's so dangerous. Captain King blocked in front of the net by Sawney or Tor. Couldn't tell who. A stick got that one. And Bruin tries to bat it down out of the air. Eventually it finds the stick of Captain King yet again. Hale. Pass intercepted by Bruin, and a 3-on-2 brewing for High Point. Bruin, Henry, and Johnson. Bruin, and he likes to shoot, and it's blocked in front of the net by Donovan.
Wrong decision.
Tried to do it all by himself, and instead, Tennessee and Drew King comes the other way. Hale joining him. Drew King gets around one man, and a great defensive play from the captain, Tor. His counterpart breaks that chance up. Tennessee had 4 players on the other side of the ice. The pass was there, but not able to settle it was Carline. Excuse me, that was O'Leary. Up into the air, comes back down in play. Galpin can't settle it, and that one's up in the air, and that one will be out of play. And I don't believe we're going to have a delay of game call here.
That was tipped.
It was indeed tipped. They say 10:22 left to go here in the third period, almost halfway done with this final frame, and the score is 4-2 in favor of Tennessee after an insurance goal when this period began. Face off to the right of Eric Smith. Won by the Ice Vols. They come away with it. O'Leary, and now Henry's got a breakaway chance. Breakaway. Henry, if he's fast enough, he can do it. Henry facing off, and a shot, not able to get a stick to it. Hauled down, no call, and Hale will come away with it on the other end.
My goodness. That's just frustrating.
Puck put back into the offensive zone by Connor Duncan, but Henry was still over there, and he'll have to touch up. Line change for the Panthers.
Look, good defensive sticks by Tennessee, but if you're in a black sweater right now, it's another situation in which you had an opportunity and couldn't capitalize on it.
Henry just simply did not have the wheels to make that play work, and a streaking ice ball, that was Stobierski. Instead, Tor breaks it up, and now Cazola's going to try to take on 3 ice balls all by himself. Still has the puck on his stick. One move, another, and then finally Shaw will cover. That one looked dangerous. Could have possibly been one of the better individual efforts that we've seen from High Point this season.
It was a tremendous individual effort just to get the thing on net. I mean, he had to go through 3 white and orange sweaters just to get it into the blue paint.
And I believe that's going to be our media timeout as we are officially under 10 minutes left to play here in the final period. We'll be back with more hockey between High Point and Tennessee after this. We're back here with college hockey action here in Winston. Graham Tuck alongside Brett Wiseman for the final 9 minutes and 40 seconds of this one between High Point and Tennessee. The loser going home, the winner facing Liberty tonight at 9 p.m. all right here on the High Point Hockey YouTube channel. High Point fighting with Tennessee for possession in the opposite corner. Fighting off an official is an ice ball, and a big hit along the boards, cleanly made though by Nupp, and an ice ball is down, and that is Clay Lamb holding his wrist. That would be a big loss for the ice balls. He can't get to the bench though, as High Point has the puck in the offensive zone. Looking for Calkins in the slot, a good keep from McDonald. Now finds Kuntz, the shot, and it's blocked in front. Calkins regains it though. Calkins at the top of the circle. The shot again blocked away by Magazzini.
There's some body sacrificing going on from the guys in white and orange.
McDonald to the slot, Kuntz the shot, and a save from Shaw. Christian Kuntz trying to get his first goal of the season, and that was a phenomenal opportunity. Had some space on the left side of the cage, but instead puts it right into the chest of Brandon Shaw, and he stands strong as he has done all afternoon.
Good shot, better save, as you said, from Shaw. You could see him right there kind of bouncing his head and his eyes around, keeping himself active in the crease, trying to keep eyes on the puck. High Point doing a good job of trying to get a screen in front, but Shaw a better job of seeing around it, getting eyes on the puck the entire way.
Under 9 to go now, 8:55 and counting. Carline can't get it at the blue line, and instead Tor gets it to Fleury. He's got Macheska, can't settle in on his stick, who had Logan Kennedy in the slot. Kennedy finally comes away with it. No, he doesn't, as it's stripped, and Tor will get it at the blue line. Schoenbrunn attacking to the slot, nobody there. Kennedy lost his stick, had to go back and get it, otherwise he may have been on that back door. Macheska forechecking, putting a body on Schoenbrunn, who just dumps it into the zone. The stick from Smith puts it behind his net, and Sawney and Macheska will fight for it. Logan Kennedy trying to get around Paul Hart, but he can't. Ice ball's in the offensive zone. Looked like Smith may have gotten a pad to that as it goes to the left of the net, and now a 2-on-2 potentially for Logan Kennedy and Tim Fleury. Macheska joins them. Kennedy the shot, and a stick save from Shaw. Kennedy on the backhand off the rebound. Macheska comes away with it. Fleury in the slot. He passes it to him. It's in the feet of Drew King. Carline coming away with it in a 1-on-1. Numbers coming for both teams. 2-on-2 now. Tor on defense. The move from Carline, a hit and the shot and a penalty, and Smith covers. And Tennessee is going to be on the power play, even though they couldn't convert on that chance.
Well, that, in the grand scheme of things, that's probably not a bad penalty to take at this point. You thwart what almost looked like a sure goal in a 2-on-1. You prevent that drop pass from happening to the wide open man. So if anything, you prevent that goal for the moment, and that's all you have to do.
High Point has been strong on the penalty kill this season, entering this weekend at above 95%. And so they are putting faith in their killers with 7:57 left to go in the game and potentially their season. Tim Fleury sitting in the box, 2 minutes for interference, and they'll have to kill that off if they want to have a chance in this one. Down by 2, and the season potentially coming to a close for one of these teams. Face-off one in the defensive end by High Point, but the possession is lost. McDonald checking on Lamb. Excuse me, that was Bruin. Stobgarski has it on his stick, fighting off Bruin and Henry. Back to Lamb. Henry laying the body, the shot, the rebound is there, and Smith will cover. Carline was in front of the net trying to get a stick. It was tangled up in the glove of Smith, and Kuntz did not take kindly to it, sending him to the ice, and we'll have another face-off in the offensive zone for Tennessee. Somebody's just been sent off. I believe it's going to be Egan going to the box, and this is not good for High Point.
Well, you're protecting your goaltender. I don't get that. I get trying to keep the game in check, but you let things go at that point. You're in a
it might have been something that was said
in front of the net.
That's the only thing I can think of, is if it was something that was
something said uttered either to a player or to an official. Then now we're going to get a discussion with both captains.
At first, I thought he was
throwing him out of the game.
At first, I thought that the official was motioning for a Tennessee player to head back to their locker room. Oh my goodness, this is not good news. As Egan, one of the alternate captains, I believe he's talking to Captain Mike Tor, as nobody else in white and orange was looking his way. Nevertheless, Sean Egan has been sent off to the locker room.
It's a major, Graham.
It is a major. It is Sean Egan with 5 minutes up on the board for number 24. And when that expires, there will be just 2:52 left in the contest. Shots on goal, according to the counter here at the Annex, are 50-24 in favor of High Point. I don't know how accurate that is. but it seems difficult to believe. Face-off 1, 5-on-3 power play ensuing for Tennessee. Weeks gets it from Lamb.
I'm going to take Brian Coleman's stack counter any day.
I would as well. Game misconduct to Sean Egan. On the other side, Stobierski, a chance and a score! A shot for Stobierski, and he extends the lead to 5-2. 3 goals, the differential here in Winston-Salem, and this game seems like it may be coming to a close.
Tic-tac-toe, Stobierski had it right on his tape. He picked his spot and absolutely ripped it.
5-on-3, not much that you can do. And Tim Fleury exits the box, but still serving the penalty to Egan is Connor Casivio, and there is still 4 minutes and 44 seconds left on that before the power play is over. So the Panthers will still have to play nearly 5 minutes of penalty kill hockey, down by 3. Their chances are looking slim. Stobierski comes away with the draw, which was won by Megazzini, and now Lamb and Weeks will play catch in their defensive end. Forechecking is Nupp, can't get to it though. A move around one man by Carline. Finds Weeks at the other point. Now Lamb, the slap shot, and it's blocked in front by Mike Torr. Nobody there for the rebound, and Weeks unable to keep it in. 7 minutes left to play here. Score 5-2. One move around a man by Carline off the post. Carline could have put this one away. Instead, it hits off the iron, and the score is 5-2 still at the point. Weeks, it was deflected in front by Stobierski, and that one could have gone in as well. Weeks, a shot, and it's deflected wide by Carline, and somebody got tangled up with Eric Smith. It looked like it was Megazzini, and he has to recollect himself, as does Tennessee, as the puck leaked out into the neutral zone. 6:29 left to go, 3:45 left to go on the penalty kill for the Panthers. Carline, near circle. Going to the slot is King from the bench. Weeks gets it from Lamb. Now Lamb again. Pass down to the captain, King, and a good stick from Mike Torr prevents that one from getting to the slot. Calkins is harassing Weeks at the point. Now Lamb has to get it by over to Weeks, and that one's blocked by Calkins. It'll go back into the neutral zone. 6 minutes left to play. 3:18 left on the penalty kill for the Panthers, and perhaps catching them in a line change are the Tennessee Ice Vols. Kuntz in the other corner. Loses it, puts a body on Weeks, and now Sawney. Dumps it down, and now there's 3 minutes left in the penalty kill. 5:40 left to play.
I think they updated the shot counter.
They did indeed. It is 25-24
that seems a little more right.
In favor of High Point as it stands on the scoreboard here at the Annex. We'll ask Brian Coleman for his input in a second, but
Brian
for now,
has the same thing, so he's automatically right.
There we go. All right. Tennessee has it in the offensive end. It's Damewood at the point. Now Paulhart. The slapper from Damewood, he fans on it, and Logan Kennedy is chasing it down. Damewood. Bunch has the game-winning goal as we stand. Logan Kennedy tries to clear the zone but can't. Paulhart keeps it in with a good stick. Still has it. A slap shot at the point and it goes wide. A pad save from Eric Smith perhaps. King can't keep it in. Paulhart does though. King on the near side boards, down to the corner. Schoenbrunn into the slot, it's loose. Sawney had it in his feet. Somebody else had it in their feet as well, and stick from Smith puts it into the neutral zone. Under 2 minutes left on the power play for Tennessee, 4.5 left in this contest. Paulhart gets around Cazzola to the slot, but it finds Sawney instead of a familiar white and orange jersey. And into the defensive zone for Tennessee they go. Drew King. Harassed by Cazzola, the strong forecheck, still with the great puck handling, and Cazzola finally comes away with it, puts it back into the offensive end, and nobody there for it as Paulhart gets it. 1:25 left in the power play. Bunch has it, near side. 4 minutes left to play. Leaves it for Schoenbrunn. Puts it back for King. Megazzini, broken up by Bruin, and he'll dump. Schoenbrunn can't keep it in, into the opposite corner. And now there is 1:05 left on the penalty kill for High Point. Still down 3, 3:45 to go in the game. Paulhart. Leaves it for Schoenbrunn. Now Galpin. Bothered by Fleury, who gets it back into the attacking zone. Schoenbrunn will retreat. 45 seconds left on the power play. Paulhart bringing it across the red line. Bothered by Fleury. Tor poke checks it, strips him of the puck. He'll look to break out. Gets it over to Bruin, who can't possess it. Does get a tap on it, though. Galpin leaving it for Hamill. Now Donovan. 13 seconds left and counting in the power play for the Ice Vols. Johnson on the ice, gets around a man fresh off the bench. Around one another. Behind the net. Johnson to the slot, nobody home, as Macheska was also trying to get behind the net. A dangerous chance potentially brewing for High Point to get back on the board. And finally, Casivio's out of the box, serving the major to Sean Egan. To the slot, nobody home. Can't bat it down is Hamill. And High Point can break out if Johnson can get it on his stick. He's got Tor and Casivio. Finally getting around a man. Thought that Tor was still going, but he was not. And now Hamill has a chance. One man to beat, loses the puck. And back into the neutral zone, Tennessee will go. 2:18 left to go. On the stick of Sawney, gets around one man. Loses it. Macheska trying to settle it, can't. Hamill has it again. Into the attacking zone, and Tennessee is off for a line change. Connor Duncan behind the net, fans on the pass. Now Henry going the other way at the blue line, trying to reach Knupp on the other side, can't. And Duncan has it with less than 2 minutes to play. High Point still down 3, even strength hockey. Knupp, the shot, and the save from Shaw. The rebound was loose, nobody there to collect it though. High Point still forechecking strong, down by 3, 1:43 to play. Sawney at the point.
Bench.
He is indeed. When will he go?
There he goes.
Donovan hauled a man down in the slot. It was...
And as soon as Tennessee gets control of it, he's off.
And Donovan into the zone, gets around a man, the shot and the goal, the final goal perhaps in this game, and the lead is now 6-2 in favor of Tennessee, and all signs point to them advancing to the semifinals against Liberty later tonight. Well, Brett, we saw Tennessee lose a 6-2 lead yesterday. I don't think we'll see it happen again.
I don't think there's enough
with
time
just 89 seconds left on the clock. Yeah. Ryan Bruin jawing with the Ice Vols bench. You'll see at the top of your screen. I believe he may... I think he's being ushered off of the ice, and he is.
That's 3 Panthers now that have been tossed from this game. Unbelievable.
Ryan Bruin is gone. The second time he's been tossed in this building. 10 penalty minutes for Ryan Bruin with 1 minute and 29 seconds left to play here, and this one's all but over. A phenomenal performance in the blue paint by Brandon Shaw for the Ice Vols has propelled them.
They needed him too after last night.
They did indeed, and don't forget the phenomenal penalty kill of the Ice Vols.
Oh, yeah,
High Point just unable to do anything on the power play after that early goal from Dakota Johnson.
You got 11 chances and only score on one of them. I know we talked about the failure to execute from High Point, but all the credit in the world has to go to that Ice Vols PK for taking away every conceivable passing lane.
There are going to be a lot of questions, a lot of what-ifs for High Point after this game as we're under a minute to play. A small play here, a more accurate pass there. Just little timing issues that were their downfall today, and credit Tennessee as well. Their offensive execution was on point, especially in the third period. That goal from Stobierski, the insurance goal that propelled their lead to 5-2, was crucial in their quest to move on to the semifinals. Under 30 left to play here in the annex. Cazzola spinorama move, gets around one man, bringing it across the red line, and we are at 20 seconds left to play here. Duncan collects, back for Tor, he fans on the pass. Possessing it now is Stackhouse. He puts a shot on, and covering is Smith, and we're going to have a scrum in front of the net. These two teams do not like each other whatsoever.
Yeah, frustration starting to boil over for sure.
Mike Tor is still getting into it with Stackhouse, and you've got to wonder if we've seen our last player ushered off of the ice today. Don't discount the fight that both of these teams have put in today on the ice during the course of play. Both of these teams
between whistles.
Yes, between whistles. They came out fast, they came out strong, they came out hard, and I think it's fair to say that the better team, the team that came most prepared to play today, came out victorious with 13 seconds left to play, and Tennessee holding the 6-2 lead.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Look, we said coming into this that, Tennessee felt like the superior team. High Point didn't play like they felt they were slighted, but in the same vein, Tennessee played like they felt like they were the better team.
Ryan Henry has been tossed for the Panthers, and Stobierski will spend the final 13 seconds of this contest in the box. So officially, High Point will have one last power play chance on the day. And it's all about statistics now. Hallahan comes away with it, puts a shot on. Pat save from Shaw. Kuntz unable to keep it at the point. 5 seconds left to play. Smith gathers the puck down in his defensive end. And a whistle. Somebody got taken out behind the play. Kazola got taken, and we're going to have a fight.
Here we go.
We're going to have a fight here at the Annex. Head coach Don Starcher ushering all of his players from the bench area to the locker room.
What just happened?
And this one's getting ugly.
There's no handshake line after this one. Everybody just get off.
Such a sad way to end what was a great game between two very talented teams. And the two teams still jawing at each other as this one comes to a close.
Well, the question now becomes, does somebody get
suspended for Tennessee? Correct.
Yeah.
Because they still have another game to play later tonight. And when we thought that there might have been a scrum breaking out, you've got to keep your players safe because they have to play again in about 6 hours.
I don't know what to say. That's an awful way to end a hockey game. Whoever you're a fan of, if you're just an objective watcher of the game, you never want to see that, and that's disgusting. I'm sorry. It's awful.
Certainly not the way we expected this one to end, but we have reached a final score after 60 minutes of play. Tennessee is moving on to the semifinals against Liberty tonight at 9 p.m. Scheduled puck drop may waver a little bit based on delays and the two games in between. We want to remind you, join us back here. Scheduled puck drop was 3 p.m. Obviously, that's not going to happen as it's already 3:16 Eastern here in Winston. So we will bring you the game between the NC State women's team and the Virginia Tech women's team as soon as that one is scheduled here on High Point University Hockey's YouTube channel. But for now, the final here in Winston. High Point University falls to the Tennessee Ice Vols 6-2. Their season is done, and Tennessee will be moving on to the D3 semifinals as well as the CHF tournament in Philly. For the final time in this one, signing off for Brett Wiseman and all of our crew here at production, I'm Graham Tuck, and we'll be back with more hockey right after this.